Hi, and welcome to another edition of Sadda Squad. After the victory against LSG, that was such a close game, but we saw it at home. And thanks to Shahrukh Khan, King Khan, we brought the match home. First to you, how important was that victory for Punjab Kings?
Yeah, very, very important thing. In fact, it actually tested Punjab, the place where Punjab was lag behind in the previous season. So you saw top performances towards the back end of both innings. You had Sam Curran and Arshdeep hardly conceding any runs in that last 3 overs, picking up 4 wickets between the two of them while bowling. And then while chasing, as you rightly said, Shahrukh Khan and Sikandar Raza ensured that towards the end, the asking rate was not out of proportion. So both those towards the end stages is where Punjab struggled last season, and this season I think that's the place that they've shown immense strength.
Yes, and this is what we said before. We were aware of the death bowling, the improvement that Sam Curran brings there, but we also had doubts about Shahrukh Khan, and he's come through 2 games of the trot. Good work. How impressed have you been with Shahrukh?
Yeah, so first of all, we are back on the winning ways, and Shahrukh was having a great, impactful knock. And for me, he has proved his worth with the finishing touch he has given in both the games. Like in against the Titans, he hit 22 runs in just 9 balls. So a great innings by him, and I think so that the Punjab has given a great, we can say, a great touch to the.
Yes, it was one of those things that, a lot of the fans had a doubt, but he's got through. Mervyn, how important was that partnership between Harpreet Bhatia and Sikandar Raza? Because they lost the 2 wickets in the power play, but they were managed to stabilise the innings, those 2 players.
Absolutely, because see, the target was 160, 8 runs and over, and in an 8 runs and over target, you don't really require to go ballistic. You just need to ensure that you have partnerships going, and you had massive wickets falling right at the top, and they stabilize the innings. Make sure that they are within striking distance of that required rate. Never let if you compare phase by phase, even till the 12th, 13th, 14th over, they were in touching distance where LSG were at any point of time. So they never really got too far behind the required rate. And then, of course, later on, what Shahrukh did and what Sikandar did was to ensure what LSG didn't do. LSG was scoring at the same rate from over number 13 till over number 20, which is a great, great achievement for Punjab bowlers because they didn't allow them to get to that 180, 185, which they should have.
Yes, and that's what we used to do before. We used to leak a lot of runs at the end of the overs, and then that used to be the differential of us winning and losing the game. Good luck to you. Obviously, winning the toss and the captain, Sam Curran, when they announced Sam to be the captain, what was your reaction to that?
Yeah, first of all, I was thinking that we are not having a core batsman, that is Shikhar Dhawan, and Liam Livingston was also missing because of the injury, so I was quite worried. But when Sam Curran announced the squad, so it was quite a balanced squad because we were going for the backups. Atharva didn't had any experience of the IPL level, and Harpreet Bhatia was playing IPL match after around 12 to 13 years. So that was quite. I was thinking that the probability of winning of LSG was quite great, but the exchanging of the strikes by the Punjab Kings batsmen was not, they were not uh, putting pressure over the lower order, right? So with the continuous wickets, but they were continuous wicket fall, but they were in a stable position from the top towards the end.
Yes, and that's what it is. We stabilised the innings after that partnership, and then we had some backing left over. I know Sam got out, and then Harpreet Brar got out with after knocking the 4. But we had some batting in the depth. Even Rabada bats quite well, so we have the bases covered. Merv, to you, what was your views on Sam's captaincy on the park? Do you think it was more Sam Curran, or do you think it was Trevor Bayliss, or a partnership?
So I believe it would have been a partnership for sure because because the dugout premise, as you can see physically, they're so very close. So the messages do get passed on pretty quickly. But yes, I think Sam Curran did a pretty good job being put on the spot, being under high pressure situation, and LSG is definitely no small franchise and no small team as such with so much of quality players. So a good combination in terms of strategy wise. The only place probably Punjab would have to look very carefully is probably that middle stages of their innings. Rahul Chahar isn't giving those many wickets like he used to in the past, and probably that's the place where Bishnoi did much better for LSG. However, there were a lot of other facets which Lucknow fell very far behind, and Punjab was already in front in those facets, and that's why they took the game away from LSG.
Yes, I agree with that. It was this session of my sessions, the three sessions, if you break them down with regards to run rates and wickets, we exceeded them in most of those key moments. And again, our fielding was up to scratch this time. We took some really good catches, and as they say, catches win matches. And I think that was it. I think the key moment for me was obviously getting the players like Stoinis and Pooran out quickly. I think those were the damage players. Gurpreet, what was your fears going into the match with someone like Pooran? How did you think that what tactics we would add for him, and what was the result?
Yeah, the Pooran is in a great form as we have seen against the RCB. And when he came to bat, there were around 6 to 7 overs to him so that he can just get settled in the pitch, and he can go great big shots. And he hit a big shot, but the catch by Shahrukh Khan was amazing. And for me, that was the most active catch of the match, because that made the match for us.
Yes, I think that was it. I think the catches we felt. I think our fielding improved from this game from the last two that I'd seen. There wasn't very much silly mistakes. I think there was just one. I think it was Nathan Ellis let 2 runs go by, but I think that was probably the only fielding mistake in the whole match. Other than that, we took our catches, which was very important. One thing that the fans have been saying, Merv, is short versus spin. Where do you see that? Obviously, Matt Short either to open the binnings, or do you think the spin options show some weakness in Matt Short? Okay.
So I think Matt Short, I think he should be batting in the current position. I think he's batting about number 3, number 4. That's the same position which he batted for Adelaide Strikers as well, where he had an absolutely brilliant season in BBL this year. Of course, they're totally different conditions in Australia. But however, I think he should be the one who requires a bit of balls at the beginning, and I think number 3, number 4 suits him well. The other alternative that they could try is to let come in later on in terms of probably the last few overs. As it is, you will have faster bowlers bowling 3 out of the last 4 overs by default against most teams. So because he's suited to more pace, I think those two probable positions is where they could try him. But I think 3-4 is still his natural position in franchise T20 cricket.
Yes, and this is the big question. When Livingston comes back, whose place does he take? For you, Gurpreet, does he take Matt Short or does he take Sikandar Raza?
So I can be biased in this side. I will let go with Sikandar Raza, because Short is giving a great batting in the top order. And for me, Short can play on the opposition of opening, because the paces are there, and he can play a very pretty shots that drive by him in the 2 matches were great. So he can give a good start, and I can take Prabh Simran on the position of number 3 or 4, so that he can come after power play, and he can take few balls, because in the initial overs there's a few pressure on the batsman to hit runs. Otherwise, the pressure will be on the non-striker end.
Yeah, I think you're right on there. I think that's probably a good balance for the top four. You could have Prabh Simran at 3, Short and Shikhar to open with Bhatia there, and interchange them with whoever gets out. If Short gets out, Prabh Simran comes in, and if Dhawan gets out, Bhatia comes in, and just see that power play and leaves as least wickets as possible, and then keep the big player hitters at the end, and that will take you home. A final question to you, Merv. How important was winning the toss? Because we've had bad luck with the toss victories in that game. Do you think the toss made a big difference, or do you think it was just the general play of Punjab Kings?
No, I don't think it made that big a difference yet, because we're still in the first quarter of the tournament. there is a bit of dew in some places, but the toss would be a huge factor in the back half of the tournament as the humidity levels go up, as the dew gets pretty high in most locations in India. So here, I think overall Punjab had most facets right. Rabada doing the damage in the middle, Sam Curran doing the damage towards the end with the ball, and hand with the bat, as we just described. So it was not much of a toss issue. It could be a toss issue in the second half of the tournament where dew starts to have that swimming pool effect in the second half.
Yes, I know. Well, we've seen that in other games when the dew happens. The team batting second, has the advantage. So let's see what happens, guys. It's been a brilliant show as usual. Thank you for your input. Thank you for everybody who subscribed to the channel and everybody who subscribed, following us on the Instagram. Please follow us. There'll be more content. Hopefully, we'll be able to, get another victory for you guys. And when we do, we want to hear you from the stands. And on the end, please follow us at Sadda Squad on our YouTube channel, our Instagram channel, our every channel on social media. Just follow us and contribute to the channel. This is your channel, Sadda Squad. And hopefully the next time, because we have the big match against RCP, Virat Kohli coming back to Mohali. That should be a cracker, guys. We will see you soon. Thank you. God bless. Just by Punjabi.